أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped or unconditionally obeyed except for Him. And we bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the last messenger. We ask Allah to send His blessings on him, the prophets before him, his family, and everyone who died in the state of Iman. Ameen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Brothers and sisters, today I come to you with the topic of a prophet. And not just a prophet, any prophet, but Prophet Moosa alayhi salam. Brothers and sisters, amongst the prophets, there are two prophets that are the most diverse. That being Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Prophet Moosa alayhi salam. And the specific topic I'd like to talk about is how Prophet Moosa had dealt with Fir'aun and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had not only tested him but also blessed him in this sacred time. Because brothers and sisters, subhanAllah, I was just reading Quran the other day in Surah Qasas, and you know there are words in Arabic that you start to realize that they're very common, and so you start to learn the meaning, and over you start to see them. And I started to notice these words in a pattern. And in Surah Qasas, this made me want to read the translation. SubhanAllah, it has some of the most beautiful translation ever. And in the Quran itself, whatever you're reading, I do encourage you to learn the Quran with translation, because SubhanAllah is so beautiful when you read the Quran, and not only when you're reading it, but you understand the words that you are saying. And so in Surah Qasas, it starts with, in ayat 34, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وأخي هارون هو أفصح مني لسانا فأرسله معي غدا يصدقني إني أخاف أن يكذبون. And the translation goes as, and my brother Harun is more fluent than me in tongue, so send him with me as support, verifying indeed I fear that they will deny me. Brothers and sisters, Prophet Moosa alayhi salam, in this situation, in this time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had told Prophet Moosa, go to Fir'aun and go to him and tell him my message, tell him the message of Islam, tell him the message of peace, and once you go to him, tell him only the truth. And Prophet Moosa alayhi salam, he knew that this was a great task, that he was not only trying to convince Fir'aun, but the entire people of that city. And this made Moosa nervous, and he started to think, how am I supposed to convince Fir'aun, such an arrogant man and such a leader, that he has a grasp on this giant city? So he had asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please bring my brother with me, my brother Harun, because he is better than me in speech. Because we all know that Prophet Musa alayhi salam, when he was just a child, he was tested with the jewelry and the coal in front of him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made him choose the coal, and it had burned his tongue, and ever since then he had trouble with speaking. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our God, He had granted Musa this wish to bring Harun with him. And so Prophet Musa alayhi salam and Harun, they had journeyed together. And if you just think about this act, to not only bring Harun with him, but why? Prophet Musa alayhi salam, he's a prophet, he had Allah, our God, behind him. So why would Prophet Musa alayhi salam ask for Harun? And this is something that is like so amazing to me, because when you start to look at what the scholars have to say, it's that Prophet Musa alayhi salam, it was not that he thought that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to be able to help me. No, he knew Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to be by his side at all times. It was because he was afraid of making the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look insignificant. It was because he was afraid of disappointing Allah. Subhanallah, brothers, this is a prophet. These are the people who are guaranteed Jannah. And even when he has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling him, I am with you, I am by your side, I am going to come with you to Fir'aun, and as long as you are saying my message, I am with you. And still this man is saying, bring my brother with me so I can say your message truthfully, so that your message may be conveyed in the way that people will understand beautifully. Subhanallah. And in the next ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, قال سنشد عضدك بأخيك ونجعل لكما سلطانا فلا يصلون إليكما بآياتنا أنتما ومن تبعكما الغالبون. Allah said, we will strengthen your arm through your brother and grant you both supremacy so that they will not reach you. Through our signs, you and those who follow you will be the predominant. Brothers and sisters, this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala literally telling Moosa and Harun, as long as I am by your side and as long as you are saying my message, you will be predominant, you will be on top, you will always succeed. SubhanAllah, and still when they went there, they're saying these to the people of Fir'aun. They're saying, Allah is by our side, this is the message, this is the message of Islam. And Fir'aun, the most stubborn of all, the most stubborn of kings at the time, what did he say to them? He said to them, you guys are liars. You are not only liars, but you are magicians. You are people who deceive and go to ruin our kingdom. And he said, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, he said that I am the Lord of this world. Because why? Because he was rich, because he was powerful, because he was on top of others. Brothers and sisters, the arrogance of this man to claim that he is a God, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, the arrogance of a person to even say he has even the fraction of the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just because he has wealth in this dunya. But we all know what's going to happen to Fir'aun in the Akhirah. What's going to happen? All the wealth that he had in front of him is going to, the wealth that was as high as mountains, is going to turn into his sins. The people that used to be under his rule, they are going to hate on him. They are going to say, you led us to failure. We followed you and now we're in Jahannam with you. And Fir'aun is going to be in the worst and worst parts of Jahannam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us to be amongst the people who had followed Musa and amongst the people who had known that Fir'aun had only said lies. And now we move on to the part that is in Surah Nazi'at. And this happens to be one of my favorite parts of this entire story. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like, He now tells us what had happened from the story and what can we gain. And these ayahs start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. فأراه الآية الكبرى فكذب وعصى ثم أدبر يسعى فحشر فنادى. And Musa alayhi salam, he had shown him the greatest sign. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had shown him the greatest sign. But Fir'aun denied and disobeyed. Then he turned his back and he gathered his people and called out and said, I am the most exalted Lord. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Brothers and sisters, a man, a human being just like all of us, he had seen the message, he had experienced it, he had heard it. It was right in front of him. Musa and Harun are right in front of him. He has seen the miracles that Musa alayhi salam was doing against his magicians when he threw his staff and it became the snake, and when his hand would glow when he put it into his pocket. He is seeing this with his own two eyes. He's experiencing it with his own body. He is hearing it with his own ears. It is literally right in front of him. And what did he say? He said, no, you guys are lying. How can someone be so arrogant and so blindsided that it is right in front of him? The truth is standing in front of him. It is literally handed to him on a silver platter, and he said, no, I do not believe in you because I am the Lord of this world. There's no Lord up there. I'm the only Lord here. And then he told Musa and Harun, you guys leave because you are lying to these people. You are trying to deceive them. Even his own people, the magicians that he had hired and had called from cities, they had said, no, these people, we know, we have seen other magicians. They are not magicians. They are prophets. They are people from Allah. And then Fir'aun, he starts to get even more angry. He's like, now they're turning my people against me. These people, I had hired them. They're my people. And now they are against me. How is this even possible? So what did he do? He set an example out of those people, the magicians he had hired, the own people he had put trust and faith in. And when he saw them come to the truth, mind you, these people were just like him. They believed in the same exact ideals as him. And now they're the same people that are with Musa and Harun and trying to tell him that these people are saying the truth. Why don't you just listen to them? Why don't you come with us? It's the religion of peace and everything they're saying is complete truth. And Fir'aun, he said no. And he told his soldiers to take these people, to cut their limbs and tie them on trees. And still the entire time, these people that he had just betrayed within the blink of an eye, they're still saying, La ilaha illallah. And Fir'aun is seeing all of this. He's seeing the power of Allah and the faith of Muslims right in front of him. And what does he do? He does not even bat an eye. Brothers and sisters, this is completely unthinkable. How does a person see the truth, experience it, and not follow it? And subhanAllah, the Shaykh had just told me this in Surah Taha. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was telling Moosa to go to Fir'aun, he had told him, speak with a light tongue. Speak to him out of kindness, not out of hatred or anger. And why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may grant him the ability to see the right path. SubhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala literally telling Moosa he might be able to see the right path. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He already knows what's going to happen at the end of the time. He already knows what is going to go on in this situation. He already knows that Fir'aun is going to drown in the sea days and months before it even happened. He knew Fir'aun's destiny before Fir'aun was even born. And now he's telling Moosa, speak to him with a kind tongue, speak to him with a light heart, so that he may understand, may Allah will maybe grant him the ability to see the right path. SubhanAllah, brothers and sisters, this is not only the kindness and the generosity shown by the prophets, but this is also the complete power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is saying, someone whose destiny has already been written, it is already sealed in the books, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, it might change. It might change from the ability of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This just shows us the power of dua in this world, because we all know the powerful thing that happened. When Fir'aun was drowning in the sea, he had tried to recite the Shahada, he had tried to say, oh, Allah is great, oh, I have been wrong this entire time. And Angel Jibreel, in fear that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to forgive this man, the man who has spent his entire life worshipping everything but Allah, and the person who had called himself a God, Angel Jibreel he was fearful that Allah is going to forgive this man. How can we even begin to think about such a situation? That Fir'aun was about to be forgiven, and Angel Jibreel was fearful. So he threw dust and dirt into his mouth, and making sure that he wasn't able to recite, and Fir'aun had drowned in the river. And at the end of all this, at the end of all of these lessons and all of these stories from Prophet Moosa alayhi salam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said a simple ayat in the Quran that just summarizes this so beautifully. It says in Surah Nazi'at, إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَعِبْرَةً لِمَنْ يَخْشَى. SubhanAllah. It means, indeed, in that is a warning for whoever would fear Allah. It's not just a warning for Moosa and his people. It's not just a warning for the people of Fir'aun who were arrogant. It is a warning to us. If you truly fear Allah, then this is a message to you. The story of Moosa and Fir'aun, and how Moosa had taken Harun with him, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given Prophet Harun and Prophet Moosa their blessings, and how Fir'aun had shown his arrogance, and how Fir'aun had shown that he was completely disobedient to the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not just a message to the people of the time. It's not just a message to the others that heard the ayat at the time. It's a message to us, brothers and sisters. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had told his ummah that there are people that have never seen me with their eyes. There are people that have never heard my voice. There are these people, my ummah, they are going to believe in me without ever experiencing these things. They have never seen me with their eyes. They have never heard my voice. And yet they are going to believe in me. They are going to believe in the prophets. The Prophet Moosa, Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. They have never seen these people in their lives, and they're still going to believe. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he had faith in this ummah. So why can't we have faith in ourselves, brothers and sisters? We need to look upon these stories, the stories of Prophet Moosa, the stories of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. All these stories, they're not just for us to read, they're not just for us to understand, but they are for us to apply into our own lives. We have to show the people of this world that as Muslims, we are not arrogant like Fir'aun, but we are kind like Moosa. We are open-hearted and light-hearted like Muhammad ﷺ, and we may even have like a fraction of what they had, or even a fraction of the belief Ibrahim ﷺ had, because he was willing to sacrifice his own son. Some of us aren't even willing to sacrifice our sleep to pray Fajr in the morning. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us these abilities, and even a fraction, even if we had a fraction of what these prophets and these Sahabas had, we would be amongst the people of Jannah. So brothers and sisters, I'd like to conclude with the thought that Prophet Musa alayhi salam was amongst the most diverse prophets, not only because how he showed the situations and how he dealt with them, because of how the faith he had in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how him and Harun, they always worked together for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and everything they did, everything the prophets had done was for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah to make us like them. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please pray.